A pipeline welder is a man who travels around the country performing his jobs in whatever weather condition may be. Pipelines that welders work on would be 8 to 24 inches in diameter and transport oil or gas over 72 miles of the U.S. territory. These jobs that welders attend are usually outdoors. This would require the welder to have his own welding rig. A welding rig is a truck with a welder attached to the bed. These trucks are usually lifted and seated on off-road tires. Welders combine the pipes with high heat using a stick welder. The welders have a setter who gets the angles and measurements for the pipe being set. The welder rarely touches the pipe before it is welding time. Pipeliner's daily life. If you would like to become a pipeliner, you better love to travel and work 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. days. Pipeliner's day could consist of driving all day to being outside in the heat, cold, rain, or snowy weather. The welder would wake up early and start their day around 7 a.m. Before they could begin welding, they would have someone set the pipe and another higher official check it over and make sure it was ready to weld. The welder would make a pass conjoining the pipes usually with a 70-18 1/8 stick. The higher official would then come check the weld and make sure it is a good strong bead. They would then repeat this process about 6 to 8 times, making sure the pressure from gas and oil couldn't break the welds. Once they finish a task, they would move to the next until the clock hit 5, or whatever time your union stopped their work days. High school and college classes for welding. To become a pipeline welder, there are certainly high school and college classes you could take to help prepare you for the 6G pipe test. Having a college and high school degree is always a good thing, but it is not required. Attending college would get you a degree in business, which would help the welder down the road if he ever wanted to open his own welding company. The only requirement for being a pipeline welder is the 6G welding test. This test lets the welder gain their pipeline certification, which enables the company union the right to hire you. What math is involved in pipeline welding? Pipeline welding is most recognized in math as right triangles or SOHCAHTOA and Pythagorean theorem. In the middle of the picture on the slide, you can see two pipes lined up one under the other, with a decent gap in between them. The welder's helper, also known as the setter, would use the SOHCAHTOA or Pythagorean theorem to find the hypotenuse. The hypotenuse would represent how big the gap is and what size stick the welder should use in order to fully fill up the gap with his first weld. What colleges offer welding programs? Guilford College, Lincoln Tech, Tulsa Welding School. Scholarships for welding profession. To become a welder, you are more than likely to attend a trade school where you can learn a variety of trades like welding, plumbing, HVAC, etc. Some scholarships for these trade schools include the Tesoro Corporation Scholarship, Resistance Welder Scholarship, Resistance Welder Manufacturers Association Scholarship, Past President Scholarship. All of these scholarships require at least a 2.0 GPA and are intended for students wanting to pursue a degree in welding technology and anything associated with welding. 3 jobs that offer welding professions. The Atlantic Coast Pipeline is a company that hires welders to repair and conduct welds on oil pipelines along the Atlantic Coast. Custom Pipe Welding is a company that creates pipes to provide us with our gases we use each day in our homes, businesses, schools, etc. These pipes are usually for the heat, AC, propane we use to fire up our stoves. The Fabrication and Welding Company is the cutting, bending, and conjoining of pipes. The conjoining is done by welding, of course, and requires the welder to be fully certified. My interviewee. Danny Rogers was my interviewee. He was born and raised in Mount Pleasant, North Carolina. Danny dropped out of high school and started welding. Danny worked as a pipeline welder for a union and was able to retire at the age of 50. I chose Danny to be my interviewee from his vast knowledge of pipeline welding and would hopefully help me get a foot in the door of a union.